Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singatoka.
My name is Alfriti and Today FM rocks here in Tabwa.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilaiti Ambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks here in Osur.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, drug smuggler gets 23 years. No devaluation, says Reserve Bank. And PM labels men who hit women cowards.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
Australian national John Nikolic was sentenced to 23 years imprisonment with non-parole period of 18 years by the Suva High Court this afternoon. Convicted of smuggling drugs, Nikolic stood still in the dock, showing no sign of remorse. Pranita Prakash was in court and filed this report.
45-year-old John Nikolic was found guilty of 2 counts each of importing an illicit drug and being in possession of arms and ammunition without holding an arms license. He imported cocaine and methamphetamine with an estimated value of $30 million and also had illegally 2 pistols and 112 rounds of ammunition in his possession. These items were discovered in his luxury yacht Shenanigans at Port Denarau Marina in Nandi on June 22nd last year. The High Court judge said the items were concealed and wrapped with a duct tape, not visible to the naked eye. Nikolic's wife, Yvette, also on the yacht, was acquitted of all charges last month. The judge said that Nikolic had turned off the vessel's automatic identification system to avoid detection in Fiji waters. He also said that Nikolic did not show any remorse or offer any explanation. Nikolic was sentenced to 23 years for 1 count of importation of cocaine, 3 years for 1 count of importing methamphetamine, and 2 years for possession of arms and ammunition without holding an arms license. These sentences are to be served concurrently. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
Reserve Bank Governor Arif Ali has refuted claims and rumour-mongering that the Fijian dollar will be devalued. Ali says people need to be wary of fake information, all the while reaffirming the RBF's position that no devaluation is being considered. Maggie Boyle reports.
Stamping out any further misinformation.
If a buffer of 1 billion, the last thing we would do or consider even is devaluation. So I've not thought about devaluation. I don't, and it's not something that is on the cards.
The governor urging Fijians to be wary of fake news.
The people who are speculating about this have very little understanding about monetary policy. So first of all, secondly, somebody starts something on social media and it spreads. So a lot of it is in social media and so people are talking about it.
With cover for more than 3 months of imports, the governor says the economy is in a comfortable position.
Currently it's just around $2 billion. And if you look at the IMF benchmark, which is 3 months of import cover, we've got a buffer of exactly 500 million. In addition, we've got slightly more than $500 million that is held by other institutions as foreign currency. This is something that we can call that. So the overall buffer in our foreign reserves is 1 billion.
Meanwhile, the RBF is expected to announce the revised figures for economic growth by May. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama has made his stand clear on violence against women and girls, calling women bashers cowards. The head of the nation joined other men around the country today to celebrate the contribution and achievements of women. Kelly Vadala has more.
Fiji still suffers from a culture of rape and abuse which must be stopped, and Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama is calling on all Fijians to end this cycle of violence.
Any man who hits his wife or daughter is not showing strength. He is nothing but a coward. But today, let's concentrate on the positive. On this International Women's Day, take a moment out to give a big winaka to a woman or girl who has changed your life.
The Prime Minister says today signifies a day where countries come together each year to recognize the tremendous impact women have on our societies, economies and our nations. Bainimarama says Fiji owes much of the prosperity and progress we enjoy today to women.
Here in Fiji, our women are uplifted like never before, something that was made very clear by last year's election. where we saw an unprecedented number of female parliamentarians win seats. We have more women starting businesses every year. They're participating in expanded microfinancing and our booming Women's Expo. And they're pushing our communities to change for the better.
Bainimarama says today is also an opportunity to focus on issues affecting girls and women in our society, from gender equality to female empowerment, promoting entrepreneurship and preventing domestic abuse. He says every Fijian must pledge to treat women with the respect they deserve. Kelly Vathala, FBC News.
In Suva, International Women's Day was celebrated across all sectors, with purple flooding the streets of the capital. It was also right for the women in business to ensure their message was heard, calling for more women to be absorbed in leadership roles. Anna Ravulo with this report.
It was important for women in business to invite male leaders from key institutions to address the issue on the inequality of women's leadership in the commerce and business sectors. WIB President Dr. Nurbano Ali questioned why women aren't rising up fast enough into leadership roles.
We think it's about time. I mean, it's been so long talking about it, but where's the action to go with it, you know? Everybody's talking about, yes, women should be in leadership, yes, women should be up there, but what are we doing about it?
However, Fiji Holdings Limited CEO Nazab Farid says for them, they have some women as top executives.
More than 50% of our CEOs are females. We have become a 600 million company, not because of me, it's because of the ladies behind me. They are the people who are driving our company, driving our shares. Share price which has grown more than 200% for the last 4 months.
He says even with this, more still needs to be done, as it's a shame that 9 out of 10 boards in Fiji don't have female board members. Anna Ravulo, FBC News.
Meanwhile, the South Pacific Stock Exchange acknowledged International Women's Day, opening trading by ringing the bell for gender equality. With the who's who on the panel of leaders in Fiji's finance and business sector, Minister Pramila Kumar began discussions on the challenges she has worked through to achieve being the first female to hold a trade portfolio. It was also an opportunity for other women challenging the status quo to elaborate on their own personal experiences.
I felt being the eldest in the family, I have to be the role model for my other siblings, and we were 7 in the family. So that's where my journey began, and not recognizing really that I had the leadership qualities, because as women, we always doubt ourselves. We feel that we are not ready yet to take up responsibility.
So I would like to attribute much of my success to my late mother. My mom always used to tell me that the sky is the limit, and what you think, you become. And this is something that I try to practice from a very early age in life.
Still to come, thousands benefit from legal aid. And first, Fijian appointed Anglican Archbishop. Details after the break.
Nambula FM, nambandua ya nasere.
Hoya uvasit sai se lambasa. Ya ndo talita ina warong ina Bula FM namba 2 en sere.
Gua do tumeli ako na tao no hinga toka. Talita kina na warong na Bula FM namba 2 en sere.
Wana tunga na Bula FM namba 2 en sere na.
Na vengo fane na tao niongo singa toka. Kito ndo talita kana Bula FM namba 2 en sere.
Bula FM namba 2 en sere.
To address the shortage of professional school counsellors, more scholarships are being made available for study in this field. Attorney General Ayaz Said Kayu made this comment during the live Facebook consultation for the upcoming 2019-2020 national budget. Catherine Krishna has more.
More scholarships are now available so that people can enroll in counselling courses. Attorney General Ayaz Said Kayu says this will address the shortage of school counsellors. Utiko Nambuno during the 2019 and 2020 national budget consultation raised that behavioral changes are an issue faced by the school system, as corporal punishment has been removed due to international conventions. The Attorney General says corporal punishment was abolished for a reason and urged parents and guardians to provide correct advice to their children as well. Nambuno also recommended that the Ministry of Education employ professional counsellors for each education or school zone to provide counselling to all students. Another major issue raised by Fijians through the online consultation was introducing heavier penalties on people found littering and polluting the environment. Said Kayum has reiterated that this issue will also be raised with the Ministry of Waterways and Environment to create more awareness among relevant agencies, including the police force. Catherine Krishna, FBC News.
Over 3,000 cases have been attended to by the legal aid lawyers according to the first-hour procedure since last year. During a conference on access to justice in Nandi today, Legal Aid Director Shaheen Ali says the project has been successful since its implementation. Felipe Naikaso has more.
The Legal Aid Commission has been able to assist Fijians detained by police under the first-hour procedure.
The lawyer must be present within 1 hour of the call being made. And I can proudly say that to date, and the police can confirm, the Legal Aid Commission has not defaulted. We have appeared for each and every call that has been made to us.
It was also important for the Legal Aid Commission to work with the police and other relevant stakeholders to ensure that those being questioned were provided with this service.
You know, the vibes coming to us from the ground is there has been huge reduction in terms of complaints against police in our services.
The first-hour procedure is an important component of the law.
Confessions can be thrown out, obviously. And if someone or a police officer has breached some of the constitutional rights of a suspect, forget about all this hard work that has been undertaken by investigators. Right? A case can be thrown out just because some person has breached a suspect's constitutional right.
The procedure is a government initiative implemented in 2016. Felipe Naikaso, FBC News.
Fijian priest Ferimi Vama has been elected Bishop of Polynesia and is the first local to be appointed to the position. When he is consecrated and installed, he will also become one of the 3 archbishops of the Anglican Church of Aotearoa, New Zealand and Polynesia. Savara Tambor reports he will be ordained this Sunday at the Holy Trinity Anglican Church in Suva.
Archbishop Vama is also a former dean of Holy Trinity Church in Suva.
I was the first Fijian that became the dean of the cathedral in Suva. And during my turn in the cathedral, I used to go around assisting newly ordained priests and lay ministers.
Vama said his mission is not to introduce anything new, but to pressure cook what is already there to make it tender, attractive and easy to digest. Meanwhile, Vama has also shared his priorities.
And we stand in solidarity with other denominations, faiths and government, NGOs and Fiji's development partners to advocate for an end to all forms of violence, both in the home, our communities and especially the church.
Archbishop Vama hails from Onoilau and was raised a Methodist and became an Anglican after marrying his Anglican wife in 1976. Savera Tambua, FBC News.
Fiji's tourist industry is booming, with an increasing number of cruise liners berthing at our 2 main ports over the past 5 years. The unique culture and colonial buildings in Suva and Lautoka are attracting new shipping companies to add Fiji to their world tour list. Ritika Pratap was on board the MSC Magnifica, which made its maiden voyage to Fiji.
This is one of the biggest cruise liners to have docked at the King's Wharf in Suva, bringing with it over 2,000 tourists from Europe countries.
It just makes sense from a navigational point of view, but also from an appeal point of view for guests, for passengers, because you have such a different culture. You're it's a beautiful country. Whatever you promise, you deliver in terms of sightseeing, in terms of the excursions they do.
MC Magnifica began its 119-day journey from the port of Italy with 2,300 guests on board. Suva is its 29th stop. The next stop is Lautoka.
Visitors coming to this nation means a lot to this nation because you are indirectly playing a part of the development process of this nation.
Magnifica belongs to MSC Mediterranean Shipping Company, the world's second largest shipping line in terms of container vessel capacity. The ship has 13 passenger accessible decks, 3 swimming pools, a gymnasium, spa and wellness center, an Art Deco-style theatre, casino, cinema, a bowling area, and a number of dining areas and bars. Ritika Pratap, FBC News.
Coming up in sports later with Jamie, RKS Under-19 Rugby League hopes to defend title, but Kelly joins you now with business.
Thanks, Jackie. Good evening, and coming up after the break. Start-up are praised for encouraging new businesses. And in growing Fiji, new express centre opened. Stay with us.
Lola, I am Eleanor. For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singapore. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Seni Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Coral Coast, Singapore. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Marida. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outrigger, Singapore.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Minister for Industry and Trade Pramila Kumar has commended Total Fiji for helping promote entrepreneurship in the country. Speaking at the Start-Up of the Year Challenge celebration, Kumar said that 3 young entrepreneurs have been provided with funding and business coaching to start and run their own businesses. Catherine Krishna reports.
Minister for Industry and Trade Pramila Kumar says by funding budding business entrepreneurs, Total Fiji is promoting social and economic development.
Such international exposure, particularly to our young budding entrepreneurs, will not only build their confidence, but motivate them to succeed. Most of us don't get that exposure at that age. And I would like to thank Total again for thinking that far.
Kumar also encouraged other young people to apply and start businesses and become job creators.
More importantly, a successful entrepreneur must be confident and should never retreat or give up at the first sign of difficulty. No business is easy. It's not an easy path. Some are lucky, some might not be lucky. And the ones who are not lucky, they have to keep trying, finding alternative ways of doing things, but ultimately they will find success.
Managing Director of Total Fiji, Kazi Rahman, says 400 applications have been received and 200 approved.
The results were overwhelming in Fiji. Close to 400 applicants registered and over 200 valid projects were submitted, 45% of which were female entrepreneurs.
This year's 3 winners received $30,000, $20,000 and $15,000 respectively to manage their startup businesses. Catherine Krishna, FBC News.
We now join Sinifa from HFC Bank with all the latest from the money market.
The euro struggled near a 21-month low against the US dollar this morning. It was hurt by a series of dovish signals from the European Central Bank. The European Central Bank pushed back the timing of its first post-crisis interest rate hike to 2020. It cut its economic forecast and launched a new round of cheap bank loans. Meanwhile, the currency market is bracing for further volatility ahead of US jobs data later in the day. Economists expect to see 180,000 jobs added in the United States last month after 2 months of staggering growth. The US economy added 304,000 jobs in January and 222,000 in December. Meanwhile, the Australian dollar declined by 0.9% this week, hitting a 2-month low. This came after data showed the economy grew at its slowest pace in 2 years last quarter. That's the latest from HFC Bank, Vinaka.
It was another day of changes on the world money markets. The Fiji dollar performed much like yesterday as it rose against our major trading partners, Australia and New Zealand, and also the euro, but slipped against the other currencies we cover. Taking a look at the commodities market, oil prices continued their slow rise at $56.40 per barrel. Gold was lower at $1,286 an ounce, and silver closed down at $15.01 an ounce. The Water Authority of Fiji is responsible for providing access to quality drinking water and wastewater services. In order to fulfill this responsibility, the authority has invested around $20,000 to open its new express centre in Suva. Kritika Kumar reports.
Infrastructure Minister Chone Usumate says WEF has allocated a total amount of $8.54 million for this financial year to uplift its customer services in areas where there is high population density.
Recently, Water Authority of Fiji has extended water mains, improved water supply by commissioning new and larger water pipe mains and installing new valves at critical points, like the recent installation works at Kunda.
The minister says all this is part of expanding and improving WEF's services for the people of Fiji.
The establishment of this Customer Service Express Center provides convenience and it provides accessibility, which in turn allows Water Authority of Fiji to serve its customers better.
The authority's General Manager Customer Services says to better their services, they are planning to take advantage of new technology.
And we'll be putting in features like where customers can come in and just inquire through the PCs, use of PCs and phones.
He adds through the Express Center, they will ensure they provide service in an effective, efficient and timely manner. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
And that's a wrap from the business desk for tonight. Jamie joins you now with all the very latest in sports.
Thanks and good evening in sports tonight. Beba assures injured players recovering well.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Pritika from Jax Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Fiji Airways Sevens coach Gareth Beba has confirmed that players injured in Las Vegas over the weekend are recovering well as they prepare for the Vancouver tournament, which kicks off on Sunday. Speaking to FBC Sports from Canada this morning, Beba says their medical team has been vital in ensuring the players get the best treatment before the Vancouver clash. Meli Tavanga reports.
Injuries over the weekend in Las Vegas worried coach Beba. However, it has all been sorted out and the injury players are back in action at training.
So, a bit of concern with them, but obviously medical and S&C departments have worked hard with both of them to put them where they need to be. They trained yesterday with us in the afternoon, which was good after having some intense physio over Tuesday, Wednesday. All the team then trained, inclusive of Paula, who had a contusion on his calf on Saturday in Vegas, which precluded him from playing on Sunday, which was disappointing, but all three of those have come through.
Beba says the departure of Waisena Dungu has left a big gap in the squad, and he commends Vilimoni Botitu and Teritamani for stepping up.
Obviously, the loss of Waisena Dungu was a big hit to us, but I thought that Botitu did particularly well, and Teritamani aided that as well in the tournament in Vegas. We didn't get it all right, but again, it's more exposure for those two players, and especially for Botitu, who are playing out of position from rover to true playmaker. I'll continue with that as a view going into the weekend.
Fiji plays Kenya in its first pool match at 6:36 a.m. Sunday and will then take on Canada at 10:08 before meeting Samoa in its last pool match at 2:02 p.m. Meli Tavanga, FBC Sports.
The Fiji Secondary Schools Rugby League will have its zone semi-finals countrywide tomorrow. The top 4 teams from the Southeastern Zone, top 2 from the Lautoka Zone, and 2 more from the Bata-Bora Zone will qualify for the National Secondary Schools League quarterfinals.
4 teams altogether, they will qualify to the national quarterfinals on week 10, on the 23rd of March. But the semi-finals and the finals next week will determine the seedings, the top 4 seedings from the first, second, third, fourth positions, and there we work out the national quarterfinals draws.
The Bar football squad put their playing gear aside for a bit yesterday to do some community outreach work. The team is currently preparing for its OFC quarter-final match against Yengen next month. Felipe Naikaso has more.
Relaxed ahead of their OFC quarter-final match, the Men in Black side took time out to visit the Bar Mission Hospital as part of the team's community outreach.
Important for us to come also to see what is the reality of the people. And it's very important for me that they understand that they also represent who is sick, who has a problem in life, and that they are very lucky to enjoy their passion.
The side knows the tough task ahead and will need to even work harder if they want to progress into the next stage.
We'll have two very, very hard games. I miss some very important key player, but as usual, we need to manage. It's quite very hard and good challenge to take.
As a team, it's about mental preparation and teamwork, and what the players do before the game and during the game. It will matter.
The Bar football team will take on the New Caledonia-based side next month. Felipe Naikaso, FBC Sports.
England's Rugby Football Union is considering scrapping the England Sevens team in favour of a Great Britain side because of its financial problems. In Super Rugby, Blues coach Leon MacDonald believes his side needs to stay calm in crucial moments. The NRL has backtracked over its new stance on player behaviour. Dragon star Jack de Belin will be allowed to start the 2019 season, with the league yesterday admitting the rule it used to stand the player down does not yet exist. De Belin is facing charges of aggravated sexual assault, charges he denies. In today's play of the day, Chelsea's Willian curling in a goal from 25 yards, netting the second in their 3-0 win over Dynamo Kiev in their last 16 first leg match this morning. That's it from Sports Tonight. Angie joins you later with weather and the new media. A look at how an iPhone and AirPods could be used to monitor private conversations. Find out more after the break.
मैं नवनीत नंद नंबोलुम्बुआ से जैसे प्रेनी नोट मशहूर है वैसे रेडियो फिजी 2 भी सभी जगह मशहूर है। रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
सीमा नकाशी से मैं रेडियो फिजी 2 पसंद करती हूँ सुनने के लिए। रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
मैं हूँ अंकल किंग सिंगाटोका टाउन के टैक्सी ड्राइवर। जैसे रग्बी फेमस है वैसे रेडियो फिजी 2 फेमस है।
Tonight's new media, we find out if your iPhone can be turned into a spy phone. It's weather time now with Angie.
Hello to you and to the weekend. Hope you had a super sunny Friday. It was so unpredictable yet great. It's super exciting when we have the weekend so close to us. Reality check, it's from tomorrow. Taking a look in the west, glorious sunshine here, fairly humid, expect showers by evening. Eastwards from Pakhabarasuva, sunshine with light showers throughout the day with high humidity level. Well, enjoy all you can. And up north, such a pretty day here. The crave to do something fun in this weather is definitely high. At sea, southeast winds will gust 20 to 25 knots. For the tides, low tide at 1 or 2 a.m. with high tide at 7:39 a.m. Sunrise at 6:07. For tomorrow, it looks semi-good, probably a mix between sun and showers. Tomorrow's temps, our lovely Sabu Sabu will be at 29 degrees, coolest of all. And looking further on to Sunday, it will tend back to showers, but regardless, have a great weekend. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In Fiji and Pulse tonight, we asked, what does International Women's Day mean to you?
The government should help them more things like make them make business and some other things they can do.
International Women's Day means gender equality to me, and furthermore it means liberating women who are still being undermined by traditional forms of patriarchy and etc.
International Women's Day, it's a day to praise and celebrate the members of the opposite sex.
International Women's Day means recognizing women's rights in the society.
And it means it's the day we celebrate when women were granted a lot of rights, their rights when they were fighting for it.
Well, it means a lot of things, one of which is providing a megaphone for those women whose voices are never heard.
In the world of the weird and the wonderful, the pristine waters of French Polynesia draw visitors from all over. Turns out grey reef sharks are pretty fond of them, so much so that the island of Fakarava's southern pass is called the Grey Shark Wall. Recapping the main stories for tonight, drug smuggler gets 23 years. No devaluation, says Reserve Bank. And PM labels men who hit women cowards. Now for these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question segment this week, we're asking, were you happy with Fiji's performance at the Las Vegas Sevens? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, our shot of the day, this picture was sent in by Unaisi Randrondro of Mbua. This was taken along the beautiful Coral Coast. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, good night.
Bula, neva ngo malakai leloma, ngo ngai nakas ondo magrong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Hoya ubasit sai lambasa, ya ondo talita ina warong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Guya do tumeli, ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Wana tunga ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere nawaluan.
Neva ngo fane na tao ngo singa toka, kita ondo talita ka ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.